Welcome aboard to podcast number 10 in the series of the Voyage to back Yonder. In the last episode, we ended with discovering a detailed map of the reefs, rocks, wreckage, and sandbars that lay offshore between the dock and the open sea. Each moment, we are either trying to get conditional love from the outside world or expressing the unconditional love from within us to the world. It's the inhale and exhale of our being, the ebb and flow of our lives. And our adventure is always love. Every moment of our lives is about discovering what love is, real love, the depth, the breadth, and the height of it. We are faced with the contrast between conditional love of this planet and the unconditional love of our origin. We're either basking in unconditional love, enjoying it, understanding it, or we're freaking out because we think someone is going to take conditional love from us. Every moment we speak or think or act, we're telling our story. The story of what we believe about ourselves, about how lovable we think we are. And the story is written in our own reactions, our own feelings, our own opinions of everything else and everyone else. We can try to be aware, and if we don't like what we're witnessing, we can change it because we can. We are our own story maker. We have created these conditions to our lovability. We wanted these experiences to keep us grounded to this experience of fear and to challenge us to question who we are. All these reefs and rocks and wreckage and sandbars that we see on this map are those obstacles that have been created over our lives that stand between us and unconditional love. They are the list of things that have to be achieved or exist in order for our fear ego to let us feel like we're worthy of love. Everyone's charted waters, look different. But the themes, they're all the same. What we look like, what possessions we have, what jobs we have, what our talents are, how people treat us, what people think of us, how we compare to others, blah, 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 blah. And though those waters offshore are full of these obstacles, we somehow feel empty when we're looking outside of ourselves for our fulfillment. The missing piece of the puzzle for our continual feelings of emptiness, lack, and discontentment in our life can be found in an inner search. As long as we look outside of ourselves for the definition of our success, we will feel the pressure and fear of disappointing someone. When we discover that we are the only ones who get to determine what success means for our lives, the whole world around us transforms as we start to see the two worlds clearly. The one world rooted in fear of rejection, and the real world rooted in the realization of our unwavering perfection. We can stop taking other people's opinion of our lives as gospel, and we can let how we think others think our lives are supposed to be lived and just let those loose and just let them lose its importance as we use our power of choice to live our own life. And what's great is this also releases us from trying to make other people live their lives the way we think they should be lived. Our attitude and beliefs about life is what creates our stories. We think we can work on letting things go, but we in fact cannot let things just go as long as we are believing what we believe. If we're unhappy with how we feel about ourselves, others, and life, then really the key to changing our life is questioning our beliefs about ourselves, others, and life. For in questioning, we start to see the instability of those beliefs and the lies that are at the root. As we question things, the lies start to fall away. For if we know something is a lie, we will never believe it again. The first question you could ask yourself could be, am I enjoying how I'm feeling about myself right now? Because the root of everything we see comes from within us. And perhaps the second question we could ask could be, am I happy with other people? Because how we feel about others is still a reflection of how we feel about ourselves. And thirdly, a question we could ask ourselves would be, am I happy with life? For how we feel about life is still a reflection of how we feel about ourselves. The great thing, about life is that if something is important to us, we will find a way and muster energy to do it. If not, we will find an excuse, and usually many of them, to not do it. So if we don't want to question the happiness status of our life, then don't. We don't have to make an excuse of why we don't. Just don't. When we're done feeling what unhappiness feels like, then we'll decide to question the unhappiness and experience something different. And when we do decide to eventually dig into how we feel about ourselves, seeking to understand who we really are, we begin to see the truth. The truth that we are powerful, supernatural, spirit beings made from unconditional love. We start to see the two of us that live in this physical body. The character that we're playing here on this planet, and the superstar actor behind the character who is the real us. Love is always the adventure. Everything that happens in our lives is for that one purpose: to experience unconditional love contrasted against conditional love. We will be faced all of our lives with challenges that bump us up right against unconditional love. And to resist, deny, or fight against that ebb and flow of conditional against unconditional is why we struggle and why we get overwhelmed in life. It's kind of like, getting into a tub of water to clean off the day's dirt off our bodies, but resisting getting wet. It's part of the whole process. And once we understand that, we move past the uncomfortable feeling of being submerged in water. And at some point in our lives, we wake up and realize every moment is about love or about fearing losing love. And when this happens, when we wake up, we can observe the classrooms as they unfold, and we can focus more on learning rather than on trying to get out of the classroom. So whether it be illness or death, loss, feeling out of control, or any of the many of the other fear-based emotions, try to see the power of choice we have invested in the fear. Breathe deeply until it's clear, and then see the power of changing the choice to unconditional love for yourself and for anyone else involved in the classroom. It will change your life forever, for the adventure is always love. Next episode, we'll start to plot our course through the obstacle course. And until then, ask yourself those 3 basic questions, if you choose to. Am I happy with myself? Am I happy about others? Am I happy about life? Sit still. Listen. What is your fear ego telling you? What is it accusing you of? Then take some deep breaths. See these for the lies that they are. Take some more deep breaths. Listen deeper. What is your higher, truer self telling you about you? What is the truth it is revealing to you? It will most likely sound something like, you are loved unconditionally. You are made of unconditional love. In fact, you are unconditional love. You unconditionally love the world, and the world is unconditional love as well. Breathe that love in deep and know that you are loved. Enjoy your voyage. I love